today. You feeling okay? We've been traveling all over lately, so maybe you've come down with something. That's it. We're getting Baiju to check you over. Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Oh. Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Please, show me your prescription. I can't read what this says.
Traveler, Paimon.
It's the Traveler. He looks absolutely beat these days. He has these huge darks, and he keeps spacing out. You have to call his name several times before he snaps out.
Very peculiar.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju. It's not...
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, Traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain. Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated. Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean, non-physical nature?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment. In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for affliction.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baiju and Changsheng have seen it before. Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse and just get some rest. Paimon will be right here by your side. Fingers crossed you'll be all better when you wake up. Rise and shine! Time to wake up! For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully all that sleep did you some good. A cut? What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? All right, let Paimon take a look. Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you have a nightmare? Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on. What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back? Oh. Okay, well, that's a new, but then again, you woke then? It's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you wake you up first, and then we can beat him up together.
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Oh, right! What are you doing? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You, I'll take a glass of wine.
Hmm? Oh, of course! Coming right... We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. If I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good. Well, should we trust? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scary. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what child...
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up...
So, that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you couldn't disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared!
Wait, hold on. You overpaid. Here's your chain.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her yourself.
You sure? I could have sworn there were only 2 of you.
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them...
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? wearing a purple dress? She already...
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine. Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But, oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh, looks like they're collecting something. Oh, let's go check it out.
Shine down!
So, this is what they were Yeah. What if...
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call god remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast. What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were, real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please get...
Okay. Right. The god remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? In our experience, god remains are 100% bad news. A lot of
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing. And it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. So it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world.
Wait, you mean... the star?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely. And it's not hard to deduce what's happening. Something has been leeching power from this world like a pet. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far no one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not... Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least.
So you're gonna help us?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong and you know a lot about the Abyss.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction. You would do well to remember that.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then... Paimon's got it. Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul... Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now.
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one full of fog. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. It could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. Abyssal power can grant us... Okay. Do you plan to... That tracks.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. I'll respect your opinion, though. Just me. A little abyss crystal.
Dream mirror?
It means... Since you haven't with Dream Mirror...
Huh.
Tough to say. To play it safe.
Wait, you're gonna teach him some of your martial arts? Does that mean... the next time we see Child, we have to
Do as you want. You're already a pretty good But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient.
Oh, she moves. So, last time something... Skirk seems pretty...
Ready? Your training will be split into... We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie during your long journey.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching... Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka... Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right?
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques to use the human body as an analogy. Improving your sword fighting is like you need to do some only then will you...
Wait, Paimon thought you were gonna...
One day, there are no That's all I have to say. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, Traveler!
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Rain Cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Huh. Looks like you've made some...
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more classes if she doesn't want to be there. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kinda dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the star.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day, whatever that means.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer's gonna be hungry when she gets back. Let's get started.
The stars shimmer high above. Mountains as far as the... I can't be the only one asking. I'm sick of being a kid. But for now...
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming!
Run!
Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down!
Don't be scared. Ah!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Where?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround.
Well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat, let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little...
So happy to see you, sweet girl.
What happened? You're bleeding.
This is the place.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away. Your dad and I, we're not my clever girl.
Whenever you remember.
Break down the door! You! Stop singing! Shut it!
I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy.
Man, staying in the no day? Well, except for...
The way I see it, the first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. The natural energy of Tivat. Abyssal power. Yeah, my master, sir. The elemental energy of Tivat on the... A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct... It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack, but... Is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, power does not just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your element. True growth comes from adversity. But also, it's time. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
Windblade!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Windblade!
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes.
Go!
Faster. Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Water jet! Go! Water jet! Water jet!
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world, so be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path. Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself. Get some rest.
What is the secret to power? Longing. Hate the fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. That fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home is—
But, Master,
So it has not— Then pick up your sword. After all, good Skirk. Once again.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, I now understand. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Get up, Skirk.
Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that you... So, what...
From your training so far, you have gained— That's only part of it. Now, it's time to Ready? Not bad. Just like your sister. That reminds me. You still don't know what happened to her.
Hey,
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? Strong emotions will always arise, and how amusing. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Go! Water jet! Water jet! Go! Water jet! Water jet! Go! Water jet! Water jet! Go! Go! Water jet! Water jet!
Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of it. The first step to control.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, you must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you...
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or elemental ability. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already... You managed to push past...
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terror. Yeah, well, I heard Masters.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world? Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many—
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't—
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past, and be—
Run! Skirk! Run!
Going around as the Conrians.
Well...
Ah, splendid. I know the pursuit of... Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
You must be starving, right? Of course you are! Ah, well, if you're around someone lying on...
Here's an idea.
Okay. It's Paimon's turn to sleep now.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, when Ajax trained, you and I might never... Okay, not the angle. I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness. Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question. To become stronger, for certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and... Okay.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Well, you're... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then... Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her.
Time to go. Oh, finally. are we heading?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
Wait. This is near the chasm, right?
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyss.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety. Oh, but, that means you need to stay safe, traveler.
All right. Remember your... Feel this. Paradigm shift. Merciless.
Water jet! Yeah! Water jet! Water jet!
Another star goes out!
Whoa! Look at all these spikes! Careful! Don't get hit! You know what? Paimon's just gonna float behind you. Come on, you got this.
That's more like merciless. Into the void! Ha! Hey, what are you two doing here? Dusty, like an abandoned house. Let's press on.
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place? Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything.
This should be the place where you were attacked, traveler. The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Our opponent must have covered his track.
Hold on, look! The spikes are...
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room. Our enemy took part... From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power, whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power. No, he couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy, so call it fate if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost. I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some... How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon knew that spike thing looked familiar. It looks just like that narwhal.
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature like that. Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him Foul? Sertologi.
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little longer.
Look, it's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action. Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for... Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run! Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But
should be safe here.
I no longer sense his presence. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. You won't believe. You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical.
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power, but I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. Exactly. I told. And I believe that brings our trip.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us! We have to help you get it back!
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is?
A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. Where? Paimon gets the feeling Skirk... Huh. This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing
You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little,
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, okay, fine. The truth is...
I noticed there was only one bed.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help.
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just lay! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come... Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That cuff...
Quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth?
Keep your gaze.
Run.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night?
About 60%.
Whew! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome felt... No. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me.
Ooh, sounds intense.
Thanks.
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days. Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Be right back.
That's right. This isn't your first time here. But what you remember... Actually, I only managed to break free and bring you... Call it... fate, if you want. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the... Oh, you know that. This river strength accumulates, but as when all she sees...
You must learn to shut out.
This isn't my first take.
The answer to one... Let's follow the river... Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first... Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees...
You now have what it takes. No one can become...
You wish me to travel the...
Indeed. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes.
Why?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. So, but as living beings, yet now...
That is what Skirk's master... Of course, he could appear as a beast, a human...
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between... To do that,
I'll let you in on the scope of his power. We've made it clear.
I have set your broken... No tears this time.
Can I ask a question? I keep thinking.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long. So,
But I don't want...
what you want matters little. Among the bound...
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, after some time, it was not... We're nearly... I almost don't want to reach the end. What is simply this? It was a space. Skirk's parent. No one had ed. Skirk had skipped school that day, and countless people, their lives were If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, because she and her people, as the initial further research for that reason. Yeah, senseless, isn't it? If those with power get to just... No one wants to read. Skirk is waiting over there. Let's go to her. It's time.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. I want someone to witness our reconciliation. Her suppressed emotional self. All those rejected impulses. Those discarded aspects of your past. I am who you...
You're wrong. Your existence makes me weak. Don't forget.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing Strip yourself of your so-called...
The difference is that I allow you to... I've sheltered everything you...
That is the on the grand scale of... Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let...
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we... Aren't you curious?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer.
And look around. You cast aside your... Now?
And do you think that means...
Thank you for saying... To be honest, but what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. And I know that among the voices that haunt you, all those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had done...
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in...
I'm sick of being a kid.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad all dancing water. I am not the day. I should be thanking.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, you saw my memory. I once asked my master if he said no. But in a world... That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is... at the core, a yes. And not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword. I know, and it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear. Just like he said, I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me?
Oh, you're finally awake. Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? You're both okay, right?
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight.
Okay, so Paimon, but whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious...
Alright, it's about time
We're gonna deal with this thief for good.
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But the good news is...
Advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Please, show me your prescription.
form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that, too? Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know—
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's teach this guy a lesson.
Yeah!
Go!
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope.
Water jet! Water jet!
Mine to wield.
His crown.
Bombs away! Water jet! Go!
Mine to wield.
Beyond this world.
Wasn't Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle. Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power. Such keen battle instincts. So, you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity, or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing it. He always wore a smile on his face. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this?
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something. And he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundary. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his. And at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead. I was too... After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether."
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day. And we can spar like we used to.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality, and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe, and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leading them. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the Primordial Sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the Primordial Sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Your heart? That sounds like torture! How did you even survive?
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a... I miss your master. I miss the days when we were...
After the beating?
Sertologi's disciple. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force. We're like mountain climbers in the dark.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets. Besides, after he...
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and power. It was the joy of a researcher, just...
Interesting. You're right.
Exactly. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. After which, all can come to an end. Including, perhaps, for that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal, to complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his goal. What a battle that would be.
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist, but it does not remove... I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. Sertologi once offered to free...
I can, but not through death, if that's what you are hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, but it will be a time-consuming and painful.
Except... if we are
I will reach the top of this mountain. And you, Skofnunger.
It's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. Once again, we've Wow! You sound even more confident. Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned.
Yes. The power Skofnungar stole has been returned.
Great! Huh. It's crazy that you even noticed they're...
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky, the false stars. It's not real. And yet, it is for that even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. Time marches ever forward. Though we gaze upon a false sky.
Ugh. This is all going over Paimon. Ever since we met, he has fit. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. We've met so many amazing friends. And
I suppose when it comes to you... Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotion, I suppose fate will decide, regardless. One without war, pain. For this, we must all work. Goodbye, traveler.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? Hey! What do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey.